Welcome to Silverstone, home of Formula 1 racing in Great Britain, where shortly we're expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session.
Alrighty, he's expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session, which is really puts pressure on me to actually get on track very soon, because now I feel like both Crofty and you guys are just desperately eager for me to actually do some driving instead of watching through every menu. But I'm going to let you down because there's a new garage menu here. We did obviously look at the setup menu before with this nice man over here giving me his tablet to lend and adjust my stuff. So I'm not going to go through everything again. Then again, this is not something we saw in time trial. Obviously the tire selection. That's cool. You can select the options, primes into the wets, obviously. Yeah, it always has a wear rate percentage there and the prediction of how many laps it is meant to be lasting. So the options are meant to be lasting 25 laps apparently, which is good to know. So F6 to change screen. Yeah, so here we go. The presets that we saw before when we were in the time trial settings. So I'm just going to go with it balanced, and yeah, we have all the settings again. I'll leave it on default for now because, like I said, I'm not a setup expert. I'm not going to be able to just go straight into this and do loads of modifications that make sense. So I'm going to leave it. And as I'm sitting here in the garage, I'm seeing something graphically which is quite new, and that is the tire blankets on the tires there. Finally, we got the tire blankets in the garage, which they did have not had before. That's pretty cool, a nice little detail. And let's see, F1 for session info. This is interesting. This is pretty nice actually. So you've got the track map in the middle with all the dots showing where the AI drivers are on the track at the moment. So let's go to the next one. Here we got the overview of the times, the sector times and stuff. Then finally, this is interesting. The live TV feed. So by the looks of it, I'm currently viewing on board from Daniel Ricciardo's AI driver driving around the circuit. That is certainly quite cool actually, and something we've not seen in previous games. Not sure how helpful it'll be to spectate the AI, but certainly nice to have the option. Hopefully online you can do the same, just from the garage menu without having actually retired from the session to spectate. So that's nice. And let's see how they change car. So F8 for the next car. There we go. Daniel Kvyat, Nico Rosberg, Kimi Räikkönen, Pastor Maldonado, Sergio Perez, Sebastian Vettel, Jenson Button, Felipe Nasser, Fernando Alonso, and Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen, Nico Hülkenberg, Roberto Meri, and Marcus Ericsson, my Scandinavian brother, Valtteri Bottas, and Felipe Massa, Roman Grosjean, Felipe Nasser. How many drugs are there? Here we go, Daniel Kvyat again. Daniel Ricciardo has disappeared, so he's probably got back in the pit. So, that's cool. See, here we go, camera changing as well. So we have the offset T-cam, and the two different versions of the chase cam. The, whatever you call this, the ground floor cam, or whatever, like the front wing cam. For sure. Nose cam, I guess, on the top of the nose there. Cockpit cam, obviously. And then back in the T-cam. So those are your camera views. So then, I guess all that remains is for me to actually go out on track and do some driving. I mean, you've been waiting for a long time. I've been just messing around the settings, but now it is time to do some driving. So I'm going to do flying lap or drive out. I feel for my first time going out on track on this game, I feel like it's most appropriate to drive out. So here we go, de-rigging my whole thing, taking off the tire blankets. Nice, a round of tires popping out. Surprise, surprise, the tires are round on this game, which is good. So we're way out of the pit lane, and obviously a new wheel. Never used my Thrustmaster TX on this game, or on previous F1 games either. So I'm not sure how this will feel. And obviously the settings are all default at the moment in terms of the controls and the force feedback and stuff. I'm not really. Oh god! Oh my god, that feels weird. That feels really weird. There's a car behind me. I do not know what the look back button is. You can go past, Manor. Go past me. Are you gonna go past me? Are you gonna go past me? No, clearly not. Oh well, I'll just go on off track again. Will he go past me now? Yeah, there you go. Will Stevens having some bands there. Yeah, okay, so this feels a little bit weird. Very light at the moment. Cannot feel much in terms of force feedback. The DRS light is flashing there in the bottom right. I do not know what button I have assigned to actually turn DRS on at the moment. So I'm sure I'll figure that out eventually. Oh, slow down, you piece of... Ah! Okay, let's start off my career on this game by doing some donuts. That's a good start. Just gotta show off a bit for the fans here. Obviously, up there on the left-hand side there is where I was sitting for the real-life race when I was there 5 days ago. So quite cool to know be actually driving here. But yeah, this feels a bit light. I'm gonna go into the settings and check my force feedback, probably turn it up a bit. I'll just put it to 80 and then we'll see how that affects it, I guess, and how heavy it ends up being. So just turn everything up from 50 to 80. Hopefully that'll give me a bit more of a feel. Okay, I can feel it a little more now at least, in terms of the weight of the wheel at least. So that's good. Let's try to actually do a bit of driving.
The brakes are too cold. You need to get some heat into them.
Yeah, tires are too cold. That's because I've been crawling around like a turtle for this first lap. Still don't know what my DRS button is. Is it this one? No, that was look back. Okay, so every time I go to a new DRS zone, I will try to press a new button and figure out where my DRS is actually located. Oh god, that's a big lockup. Okay. Let's see, can we do this corner flat out, I wonder? Oh! Nearly! Went a little bit off track there. And the braking feels a bit weird at the moment. I felt a little bit of lack of traction there as well. Oh my goodness! Yep, the traction is definitely something I'll need to be wary of. Okay, DRS zone, new button to press. No, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't... Oh god, what did I just do? Okay, that button clearly sends me back to the replay thing. As you can see, a fantastic replay of my amazing slide and catch there. Okay, so I guess this is a good time to... Oh man. This menu is clearly designed for the Xbox. I mean, it tells me Y, A, B and X in terms of the controls, and those buttons are not on my keyboard, unless they actually mean the B button on the keyboard, which they clearly don't, because now I would change the camera. I don't think... Oh, that's cool. Ah! So you can, in the replay cam as well, you can also watch all the AI, the other cars in the session. That's nice. Look at all these lovely T-cams. Is that me? Yeah, I think that's me. Oh, here we go. Now it's changed to PC controls. So now it says F2 and F1 and stuff. So F7 to rewind. Oh, that was fast. F2 to remove the menu, and F1 to the user flashback. Let's use a flashback. Oh god, that was fast. Alright, let's try to do a bit of driving. Oh, DRS zone. What button is it? Oh god, what did I just press? Info, fuel +4. Okay, so I guess I got 4 laps left of fuel. Throttle standard. Is that the fuel mix? And pit 0, I don't know what that means. Damage, temperature. Anyway, that was a weird menu. Let's, oh, here we go, damage. You see what damage you got on the car. That's cool. Also, temperature. So here we go. Here are the temperatures of the tires. I can't see any indicator for tire wear though, unless that appears on the damage menu or something. But I'm not really sure. My tires are definitely getting cold on me just looking at the menus and driving slowly at the moment. Here we go. Okay, that was a camera view button. All the cameras. Okay, let's actually try to do some driving this lap now. Understeer, understeer, understeer. Alright. I'm going to try to do turn 1 flat again. And Let's see if I get a better turning this time. There we go. Here we go. Turn the wheel. Oh yes, lads. There we go. Flat out through turn 1. And a bit of a lock up into turn. Whatever. A bit of a slide again here. It feels different, is what I'll say. It definitely feels quite a lot different from previous games. It's, oh yes, I found the nearest button. Sick. So now I can actually have a super speed on the straight. As I'm completely taking a weird line for this one. Okay, you definitely need to lift through cops, that's for sure. Unless I just turn in way too late, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, my it feels pretty nice through the high-speed corners. Let's do DRS again, charging down the straight. Missing the apex like a boss. A little bit of track extend as well, for good measure. Obviously just trying to get used to this at the moment. Okay, that was not correct at all. I shifted out to first, which actually, yeah, based on the previous game, F1 2014, I barely ever went down to first gear actually. So maybe that's the same here, that you don't really want to be using first gear, apart from maybe the Monaco hairpin. That's again a brake too late there. And again I've got nose there out of turn 3. I feel that I need to be quite careful on the traction actually, out of the slow corners, because I can feel the grip going, and he wants to slide out a bit. So I guess it's a good thing. I can only hope that the pad drivers are getting the same, unlike what was the case in F1 2014 when they had a lot more traction. Then obviously a lot worse turning in the high-speed corners. So hopefully the handling between the pad and the wheel are the same on this game, like it was pretty much anyway in games before 2014.
We've been running the new layout at Silverstone for a few years now, but we'd still make some extra data to help us fine-tune the setup. Good traction out the slow corners is more important than it used to be.
Okay, so my setup, my engineer apparently gave me some tips there. Oh, can you shut it? You can barely hear what he's saying. He's not very loud, is he? But I guess you could adjust that in the audio settings, so maybe I'll do that later, because I can barely hear him over the engine. And again, a little lock-up. Does feel a little bit weird on the braking. I don't feel like I have that much feel on the brake pedal at the moment. Maybe that's just my new wheel that I'm not really used to yet. I've only raced this on Project Car so far, this wheel, where I've not really had a problem with the braking. There we go, that's a little bit better. Oh god. My best lap at the moment! Oh, I was looking up to see my best lap. Let's do... Okay then. Oh, I've been disqualified for basically doing a reverse corner cut. Yeah, that was an interesting first practice. I feel like I learned a lot, you know, did a few slow laps and...
Practice times are not always indicative of qualifying or race day performance, but Nico Rosberg's P1 time is impressive, and I think he'll be right up there when he's back on the track tomorrow.
Back on the track tomorrow. Okay, so where am I? Oh yeah, I did get disqualified, so I just wiped the time I actually set, which was a 34 something, which probably would have put me second to Nico. But then again, all the AI in this session were using the prime tires, so that's something to keep in mind. I was obviously driving on the option. I guess we'll just advance then, go into qualifying and do some more laps there instead.
Welcome to this afternoon's qualifying session here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Thanks, Crofty. He said welcome. He's so kind.
Okay, you should be able to get into the next qualifying session easily, so try to get a hot lap in early so we can save the tyres.
Yeah, let's just get on track. Let's go straight out to the flying lap this time. Here we go. The red lights are on. And away we go. Oh my god, it didn't respond! Oh, man, first of all, the car just didn't respond to my wheel input, but then it suddenly did. And almost lost it on the straight. Let's try to push like a madman, even though I have no idea about the handling yet. I mean, I did get a little bit of a feel throughout those practice laps, but not too much. Ooh, sliding a bit under braking there. Yeah, actually, that's speaking of braking, I noticed in the setup menu earlier that there was no settings for the brake bias, for the brakes in general. So I don't know if I can actually adjust the brake bias at all. Actually, maybe you can do it in the actual car when you're out on track. So let's see. Let's check out the D-pad menu then. So here we go. Fuel and brake bias indeed, yes. So you got the brake bias. You can have it front, balance, or rear. So it is obviously balance at the moment. I feel like I was locking the front of it though. So maybe I do want it a bit rearwards. Go through Maggots Beckets, onto Chapel, and onto the Hanger Straight. Oh yeah, that felt pretty nice, although probably lots more speed to find. Yet, obviously using the default setup at the moment, and being completely new to the handling. Again, missing the apex completely. Let's check the fuel settings as well then. So yeah, same as usual, rich, standard, and lane. Yeah, let's just keep it at standard. I mean, this is just for practice, after all. Even though we are in the qualifying session. So yeah, now we can try and push. Did a lap time of 1:35.1, which I feel like was horrible. Obviously, I wasn't really pushing because I was checking the brake bias settings and stuff like that. Let's try to push a bit more now. Again, sliding a bit into the corner there. Lots of understeer mid-corner. We go shooting down to Brooklyn's third gear. Seems to be the right gear there. Trying to keep it a little bit tighter to the apex than what I've been doing previously. Oh man! Ooh, Jesus! That was close. I felt the rear going a bit and then ended up on the gravel, which just made it go a bit more. So there we go. I had to do a little bit of a lift there, but at least I kind of nailed the apexes. There we go. 8th gear before getting into Maggots. Down to 4th for Beckett, which feels appropriate. And the DRS straight. Let's see, do we have a split time? I can't see any split times. But I'm sure I just missed it on the hood. Again, constantly missing the apexes for Stowe. Shifted off to 3rd a bit too early. Maybe understeer. Here we go. What's the lap time going to be? 33.7, which still was not way from the perfect lap, but you know, an improvement nevertheless. That's all I can really do at the moment. Try to go faster with every lap, because this is just me trying to get used to the handling. Braking still feels a little bit weird. Traction feels quite cool actually, because you've got to be quite aware of the throttle input, seemingly anyway, going out of the slow corners. And in high speed it feels pretty grippy, but occasionally a bit understeering. This time not in the gravel at Luffield. That's good. Let's see, can we take this flat? No, certainly not. Especially when I missed the apex in the first place. I had to do a bigger lift than I did last lap, so maybe that'll cost me some time out. And okay, I know what you're thinking. That was a massive corner cut, and I really do apologise, but you know, what's done is done. This is not a competitive online race. If it was, I would have obviously backed off. Chicane is a bit tricky at the moment. Here we go, is there going to be an improvement? It is! A 33.2 now. Fantastic, that was the fastest lap. So yeah, I guess now this is my 4th lap on these option tyres. We'll do one more lap before ending the qualifying, I think. Oh god! Pushing a bit too hard on the throttles. This is what I'm saying. You really got to be wary. I was just trying to be a bit too aggressive on the throttle there, and it really snapped. And I'm now, 2/10. Yeah, I mean, I've already messed up 2 corners so far, and I'm already 2/10 down on my previous best. So I'm going to abort this lap. Abort, go into the wrong pit lane. Let's test out the damage, lads. That was pretty horrible. My front wing obviously fell off as usual, but in real life that would have absolutely smashed my car to pieces, I feel. But yeah, actually disqualified again. I was just reversing back up from where I crashed. Are you serious, game? Okay, so yeah, we've again been disqualified from a session. So that's a good start to my driving on F1 2015. Disqualified in practice, disqualified in the qualifying 1, which means I'm now actually not going to be progressing. And why am I seeing my car just standing off the track? There we go. And Lewis Hamilton is livid with that steward's decision there, because I was literally just trying to reverse to get back out of the track. But he disqualified me. Clearly, I'm not allowed to go back on track when I have my front wing falling.
Lewis Hamilton has been unable to get into Q2. That means he's going to start near the back of the grid for tomorrow's race. So we can expect some early overtaking moves from the British driver.
Yep, Crofty says it like it is. I'm going to be starting towards the back for tomorrow's race. So yeah, that was an interesting session. Got a little bit faster in times at least, but we got disqualified. So we'll be starting from the back in this first race on the game. Unintentionally as well.